see you there. I see you hiding right there. I don't know if you're behind a phone, a TV, or what, but I see you. Today we are going to talk about construction simulators and can they make you a better operator or an operator at all? Can they help you? Well, let's find out. So I've got two games we're going to talk about today. Construction Simulator, and we're going to talk about Out of Ore. So these are the two games that I've got right now that I found most relevant to this discussion. So I will throw up one game and then I will put up the other one. Let's get this all set up here. I need to minimize that. And I'm a little behind. I did not sleep very well last night. Dog was up last night, causing me a ruckus. I don't know. She was freaked out over the space heater that I brought into the house. And it just didn't turn out very well for us. Alright, so if you got any questions, throw them in the comments. Or if you have a comment while the video is going on, please throw the comment in there. So we'll start off, and I've got a video of us playing this already, Construction Simulator. If you can't tell, which you can't because I don't have the camera up. So I have a set of joysticks here. I bought these Thrustmaster 16,000s. They're supposed to be Space Sim joysticks, but they are they're just still two joysticks, a left and a right, and they work great. And it seems to be what all operators playing these games are using. So I ordered a set and got them finally. This is what I'm using, and I got a Logitech G25, I think, steering wheel, shifter, and pedals. And I've got most of the equipment configured to use. And let's go ahead and get into this game. So as soon as it comes up, I will swap the cameras over. So I don't need you seeing all my details outside of that. Morning, Tran. How you doing? You seem to be the only other guy watching. I got hot chocolate this morning. Alright, game is starting up. So, if you got any questions about the games or anything like that, just let me know. I'm just going to talk in general. I'm not going to play a whole lot here. So this will just be me walking through whether or not this is actually a valid game for us to be using as a simulator to simulate learning, training yourself on the machines. Now, in particular, we're going to be talking about the excavator. Press any key. Okay, press any key. Did not like it. There. Agree. Okay, not doing multiplayer today. Maybe later. So for the most part, I'm in the middle of something here. But what oh god, I hit the wrong button. So as a crane operator, I don't know how crane controls are set up or anything like that. I'm just going to run through one pick here. Now you can already see you're not looking from the cab. We can set it up so you're looking through the cab. Can we move our view? Yes, we can. So you can look up, and I don't have head tracking in here, but you can see I've got the controls set up so I can swing fast and slow. There's a little bit of what we call some swing to it. Now in real life, the swing that's going to be on these cables and stuff is going to be way more. It's going to be a lot more sensitive having this little hook. So bring the traveler in. You can look down. And in real life, you're not going to have these little indicators here telling you where everything is. Now, I cannot see down there, so... So see, this is where not being able to move your head around. Now we just attach it by pulling the trigger. You know, lift it. We've got some good movement, so we can see that it picks it up. If I swing left and right, it swings it around a little bit. In real life, if I had swung it that much, this thing would be just all over the place, and people would be running and scattering, and it would not settle down this fast. Okay. We got cables all over the place here. Okay. So we're going to pick it up. Swing it out. Run the traveler out. We're going to set the far one first. So you can, in this game, at least get the feel kind of where this is going. Even if you're not using that dot that's out there. We can get a good visual estimation of where this is at. Okay, so you saw it turn green. And that's another thing. This thing really does kind of tell you where it needs to go by changing colors. And then if you want, you can just release it at that point or try to get it all the way into position and release it. And come back. And then you just repeat the process. So I want to stop doing this here because I'm actually playing this game, this mission with another guy. And I'm going to save the rest of the mission for him. And so I am just going to come out, and I'm going to go and show you guys. I'll bring another machine in over here, or out here, just so we can see the different machines. And I didn't have these ready, so I got a backhoe here. We'll take it out, enter. So for this one, I'm just going to park it. Let's see if I can find somewhere. Probably not. So for the most part, I'm going to park it. Let me see if I can remember how I did this. Nope, that's not it. I cannot for the life of me remember the transition button. Oh, where is it? One of these buttons. There it is. Okay, so change mode. We'll go into the back seat. So I've got this set up in... So in the game, it's showing me that there are John Deere controls on this, but my controls are set up in ISO. But you can see on these backhoes, they move fairly well. It's going to do everything you expect it to do. I haven't figured out how to use the extend-a-hoe in this one yet. The assignments aren't that great, and I have a permanent mouse on the window that won't go away. That's annoying. But with digging with this, and the way the dirt is simulated in this game is much different than it's simulated in the other games. And you know what? Let's go to the map. Why did it do that? Oh, anyways, I'm going to bring it over to the job site just so I can dig and talk about how the machine actually digs in the dirt. And I don't have the little flip controls, so we'll take this out back. Now I know it's night. I can't control the time that the game is set up on. Okay, so now we're in backhoe mode. So we'll just take a few bites here. You can see it fills the bucket, dumps the dirt, and it looks like a lot of material gets moved in each scoop, which is true. And there's a little indicator there, it tells you how full the bucket is. Now normally I'd be able to, you can see that I'm actually leaning my head trying to look around the boom to see what is going on back there. Another thing is we can park the rig at a little bit of an angle to see what we're doing. But you can see over here, I'll swing it over here, so you can kind of see how the deformation of the material is happening. And this doesn't have the same feel while the machine still moves in the right way. It does not have the digging feel that I would expect from a simulation. This is the way this whole thing, this game works. It's a game. It simulates the controls in a way that's not too bad. Why? So not all the way up. So again, we'll use the front loader here. Now, I don't, the force feedback on this in this game is really stiff. Let's see if we can push some dirt back in. And the controls, I can't map the forward and reverse to anything other than the brake and gas. So you have to use the brake to go backwards, so you can't change the gears that I know of. You guys hear the game okay? Let me turn that up. Oh, again. Alright. Probably hear my computer whizzing. Anyways, so this, I'm not going to spend a lot of time in this game because, well, see, daylight's already starting to come in. But it's not bad. I mean, the missions that you do are fairly small and they complete really quickly. So your digging isn't precise in here. It just doesn't feel the way it should feel on the job site. This is a game. This game will give you a rudimentary education of what's kind of going to happen on a job site, and it skips a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of steps in the construction building phases that you don't understand, like having 40 people walking around the job site. If you want, when you play multiplayer, you'll have a guy like me running around. You know, I'll have a guy up in the crane, and I'll just be down here just pointing at, kind of standing, can't point, can't do anything other than stand in the way, saying what to do and where to go. I do have a truck over here. I can park that in the way like any normal foreman would, and that would be a normal thing. Foremen's or superintendents or whatever would be parking in the way all the time, so you'd have to tell them, hey, can you move your damn truck, or you jump in it yourself and park it somewhere down the street away from the job site, and then they can't find their truck, which is always an awesome thing to do. I love that. So we're gonna transition over to the game I really want to show you. So I'll shut this game down, and then I'm gonna play a little bit of Out of Ore. Now, the reason I really want to show you this game, because the physics and the controls and everything are very similar. The setup is a little bit different in the game. I'm not going to go through setting up anything. I'm just going to show you the operation of the machines. You have a similar variety of machines that you do in Construction Simulator. They have ukes, they have dump trucks, cement mixers, and all that stuff. And the operation is all through that little wheel that you saw. You transition, you dump concrete, the concrete boom. You have that as an option in this game, but I don't think we have a concrete boom in Out of Ore. It's more like you create blocks out of magic, and then you can set the blocks of concrete to make pads and stuff. So in that respect, Construction Simulator would be a little bit better. I'll get this loaded up, and then I will put and show you why there's such a better reason for using Out of Ore as a training tool for yourself. So here we are. This is Out of Ore. It is the evening. I'm going to take you on a little journey with me. And Out of Ore is a game that basically, so I've got it set up so you got to turn your engine on, you can set your parking brake, and all that stuff. The steering wheel is very loose in this, and this is a game that is under development, so mirrors are not working, and that is a big issue with me. So I'll take you around the job site here. We got this. This is I did a coal mine. Basically, is where I started. It's a beautiful game. So you start with this one building and a dump site to drop what's called pay dirt, and you just make money off of that. So we come over here, and here's something I have. I have a shovel. I just bought this last night to show you guys. I have not run this yet, so I haven't run the shovel yet. And this would take 2 guys to run an operation like this. You need that and a dump truck. I don't have a dump truck, but I've got a blade over there, which I haven't run yet either. But I got some windmill power. This is my little setup for all the ore mining. And then you got tooling and stuff like this. This all should be inside a building. You can build buildings and other things, but we do have a blade. So you have a blade that you can jump in. You can see it has the wobble sticks. So this would be a modern style blade, and you can set up all your controls the way the real blades are. I've only run a blade one time with modern controls. All the blades that I mostly have experience on are the old piano keys. That's what I'm used to. And the other thing is, no name brands in Out of Ore. Construction Simulator has all the name brands. They paid and got all the agreements done to have all the names used on the machines. Let's back up. So this game, I actually have a reverse that I can put the machine in. We have a fuel truck sitting over here, fuel tank where you fill the fuel truck and then you can come out and fill up all the stuff, trommel, separators, a sluice box, a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm trying to get gold and a lot of other supplies and stuff on that. So let's see here, let's do a little forward driving. I have to fall in the big hole. And this actually simulates driving around a job site pretty well. I, on more than one occasion, have pulled my foreman out of a hole or being high-centered on a pad or something like that. So here's a standard excavator. That's probably about a 50 to 60 ton excavator. Got a loader sitting here. See a compactor down there. And this is how you tour around the job site too. Fairly large, so about 980 loader if you were comparing it to a cat. You got a nice Uke dump truck. And down in the hole, got myself a open cabbed, probably about like a D8, D9, and a compactor. Oh, let's turn this thing off. Set the parking brake, jump out. So I'm going to start off with the excavator, since that's what we're all here for, is digging. Well, that's at least what I'm here for. Fire up our engine, machines are running. Alright, so you can see I've already done quite a bit of digging here. I got this all set up. You can see when I scooped up this material and I curled the bucket, the material actually fell into the back of the bucket. That is great design on the physics side. Got the material in, you can see material out, and you can catch your teeth and whatnot on, oh, I'm getting the telephone pole, power pole. So a lot of physical items, same thing with the box. If you swing in, boom, you can hit the box. So you have a lot of options. And the game does provide for head tracking as well, so you can actually move your head around in game. I'm not going to get into that right now because I don't have it set up, so I haven't tried it myself, but I do have the software and tracking items that are required. And this is one of the things that kind of bugs me. If you're not, in this zoom, I went for a wider view here so that I could see more to the sides, trying to get more vertical view. But what you can do is you can get monitors, turn them vertical, and now give you more vertical, but you have less width to view. The controls, same as in Construction Simulator. They feel about the same. I wish I had more vertical view. Now, if you scoop up and get deep enough under your track, you can flip the machines as well. But in Construction Simulator, you can't really flip the machine. But you can hook your track. So it simulates that pretty good. And it's a smooth machine. And machines do degrade over time as part of the game dynamics. One of the cool things, if you look over here, it's behind my picture. Oh, it's actually not showing it. All right, what? Move this over here. Okay, so set up again. If you look over here on the side that's across from me here, there is a GPS. So I have GPS on this machine. You can see the little antenna on there. In real life, these machines have two, and they'd be on the back of the machine. That's how the Trimble system works. They have two, gives you dual orientation. Now, in this game, they have, basically this is a 2D system, not a 3D system. So there's no 3D model or anything like that that you follow. It just tells you the angle of the bucket and the slope of the bucket left and right. So what this does is this will allow you to at least try and hold a certain elevation. And I never set up the elevation. Let's set the bucket up over here. We'll set the ground elevation zeroed out. Bucket flat. Okay, and 0. So now I have a 0 on the GPS. I know that that's the elevation I want to dig to. So come out here. And this is all in centimeters. I cannot get it into tenths or inches. Even though I have the game set up for tenths and inches, it's still showing the GPS in centimeters. So the one thing that bugs me about where the GPS is located in the top right corner, I would like this to be down next to where I'm looking when I'm digging. That way I don't have to look away from my machine from when I'm digging. This is something that I can bring up to the developers. Maybe at some point they're going to put it down on this little iPad that's down here, and which is where it should be. Got a tape heading that tells you which way you're looking, which is really doesn't matter unless you're playing the game with a lot of other people. But yeah, I mean, if you play this enough, and with the joysticks, you get the joysticks, and you get it all set up just like the real things. It's actually will make you, this will train you, at least give you muscle memory of how the machine operates. How do you make your tracks? And your game does it. I'll try doing this from outside, see how this works. Because I'm not very good at running the machine from outside of it. Again, I really like the physics of this. The one thing I don't like, well, there, I missed the whole buggy, but the machines get dirty way too fast. The paint fades, and that's just a part of the way they designed the game to make it, make you have to spend more of the money you make. So, some games are just games in some respects. And from that point of view, this simulates running an excavator very well. And so the tracks, using the tracks in here, so what I've got is I've got the tracks set up as left turn and right turn. And you see the little handles don't move. and then I've got one pedal that tracks it back to the straight. They don't have, if they do have it set up for tracking, you could probably set up a modifier on your joystick to use the two sticks forward and backwards, but I haven't seen, I haven't tried mapping it out to make the controls for the tracking work just off the two levers. It either works on tracking forward, tracking backwards, or tracking left, tracking right. It doesn't work the way it does in real life. So I haven't found a way to get that to work the way it does. Anyways, let's jump over. Put safeties on, turn the engine off. Let's jump down and do the dozer. The dozer does have GPS. I put GPS on all my machines here. So, and again, the view is relative. The bulldozer, this, how do I explain this? The dozer with GPS is not the best. The way the dirt materializes, deforms, and whatnot is not so perfect. So what we got set up is we don't have a decelerator. I could probably map it out to reverse throttle, so that way it's always at full throttle. But the problem with that is unless you have a neutral setup, which I probably could map a neutral into the controls to make it work properly. But the way I've got it set up as an accelerator, not a decelerator, but it should work. So let's ride. Same thing here. Flat here. Flat. We're setting our grade here. 0. And again, it's a 2D system. This does not have machine control on it, so it will not make grade for you. You still have to manually push the controls to make it do what you want. So you pull it up, tilts forwards and backwards, this way, that way, and it's slightly interesting. So let's get her down to grade. Let's put her in here. And we're going to start moving around. I'm going to do this outside. You can already see how big of a mess they are. It's not that great for simulating dozing. I know I've got a video on my main channel that shows me running a dozer, so I know I can run a dozer. It's not like I'm just screwing myself up. There's no feel to this game whatsoever when it comes to running the dozer. You just kind of have to follow the GPS. So I would say the GPS is a necessity in this portion of the game. So if you're running a dozer, you need to have GPS. So while it is kind of flattening the ground out, and pushing dirt. Now, I have done some runs where I do a heavy push, and it's pretty ugly. So the dozers are not the best in this game, although the controls you can set up properly. So I'm going to leave it at that, because the dozer is not what I would consider to be an accurate model. Shut that down. Now, in this game, we have a vibratory roller. Now, these rollers are meant for compacting. make it. It's normally you'd run like a blade, or you'd run the dozer down here and get this all nice, perfectly flat and graded out, and then you would bring your compactor over and run the compactor over the material and compact it. But in this game, we have, come on, this is one thing, there's too many cameras. Okay, so it does have a vibration mode, start the engine, and it does have a vibration mode on it. So I've got the steering wheel on here. We don't have heavy, steering wheel is nice and loose, like it really is, because in real world you can spin these wheels around somewhat, and they're not really stiff. So let's go start vibrating a little bit, and we're gonna watch what happens to the ground. You can see it's getting beat down a little bit. The high spots will go down, and the low spots come up, get filled in. So this is more of a leveling tool than it is a compaction tool. So this is doing what the bulldozer should be doing. So in a later video, I think maybe next week, when I get or during the week, I'll get the blade set up, and I'll get it set to the point where I can actually run the blade and see how it does. I think it's going to need its own little video, because there are techniques and stuff that can be used on a blade, and I'm interested to see if those techniques actually apply. So you can see here that I have flattened the area out and made it smooth for when we try to do our next level. And you see I dug a hole here with the dozer that I can't repair with the compactor, but I can make everything smoother with the compactor. And we can just fly through this, and you see it really does smooth things out. So what's going to happen later on is this is all coal. I'm in a coal mine. So I'm mining the coal. So just to give you an idea of what I'm doing here. So I'll park this now that you've seen what this is doing. Shut off the vibrator, shut off the engine, and put it in park. Do my super jump. Now, what do we want to see next? We want to see the loader or the dumper. Now, the loader, it works as you would expect. I don't know where I kind of just set these here just for us to kind of look at and see what they look like. So tell me, what do you want to see happen? I think I want to take the dumper down and try that big shovel that's down in that hole I made. What do you guys think? I think I'll take this down, go try that big scooper. And the mirrors don't work, so good luck with making sure you don't run over the foreman's truck, which in real life is a thing on a job site. It's bumpy as it should be. Beautiful scenery in this game. I really do love the scenery. Now, I haven't seen the uke actually flip the rear end, just the rear end. I haven't tried to just flip the rear end of these things yet, but they're pretty easy to fix. Basically, you hit a button and they disappear. A helicopter comes and picks them up, and then oh yeah, there. I parked the bulldozer here and it left a giant hole in the ground. So at some point I gotta fill that in. Let's go now, I don't have anywhere to dump this material right now, so this is just going to be a for fun little thing here. Let's get this apart somewhere. I am excited to try this scooper. Now, according to the game, that the excavator only holds like, I think, 4.8 or 4.7 yards. So the way these work, and I don't even know, I don't even have the clamshell mapped. Okay, park it right there because you always want to load over the side of the truck. Brake, shut that off. I might have to check the controls for that. Fire this bad boy up. Yep. Okay, so the curl is backwards when mapped. So they mapped it as though when you say curl, the bucket curls. So you have to go in and reverse this mapping because in real life, well, actually in real life, I don't know how these are mapped on a real excavator. If they actually have these backwards, that would really throw me. So let's take a scoop. I do not see if I'm already backwards. Now here I would just normally just open the clamp. I think I need to have that. I can't. So let's I'm gonna go through and check we can actually controls, vehicle, excavator, bucket. Oh, joysticks. Bucket open. I hope this is the right thing. Bucket open, bucket close. Curl in, curl out. I am going to invert. Invert. Right? False, true, false. Okay, well, we're gonna find out. Curl out, curl in. Okay. Save that. Zoom. See, this is how I'm used to doing it. So this is the way a excavator with a bucket, with a standard bucket functions. Curl the bucket comes towards you. Go out, it goes away from you. Now let's see. Oh, it's working. All right. So now I can make some. This is actually kind of fun because I've never run machines like this. Thank you. It's these machines in the quarry. They push the machine. this is one of the cool things I really like about how this sim works, is that wherever you dump the material in the bed of the truck is where the material lands in the truck. So you can load it one side heavy, the front, the back, and it's really cool. There's a point at which it'll overspill. You can see that I spilled material on the ground. The only thing that I don't like about the simulation is when it hits the ground, it deforms the ground. It's not actually landing on top of the ground, just deforms, it calculates, and it builds the material up, not next to the wheels, but under the wheels, so that way the machine bounces and moves around. So that's one thing I don't like about this game. It's just something you have to get used to and how it functions. Boom. Like, see that dirt fall back into the truck or the bucket. See some of it falls off this way. We went a little too far away. This is cool. I like this machine. This is cool. But, and again, in this game, you're going to need multiplayer. Let dirt move around the bucket. The other side. See how it fills the other side up. So that's the excavator portion and the loader and all that stuff. I'm not going to run the loader because the loader's the loader. It does what the loader does. Scoop dirt to dump dirt. The loader is very accurate in the way it works. It has that same 2D style, GPS on it. Let's get back to me. There, we're back to me. So, in these two games, Construction Simulator is not a simulator. It simulates the controls of the machines. That's about all it simulates. Will it help you become a better operator? If you know nothing about construction or running heavy equipment and you actually get the right controls to set up your computer, and this Out of Ore is a computer game. Construction Simulator is on multiple platforms. But if you can set up your console, even with these controllers, if they work there, it's actually would be a great benefit to you to learn. Now, Out of Ore is more of a realistic mining operation where the machines are designed for mining, like the scooper, the big trucks, and the way the excavators and all the mining material and stuff like that. But the way the machines run, they hit things and you get real feedback from that, not through the sticks, because normally in real life you'd feel the hydraulics. You do hear the hydraulics in the game, so if you turn up the volume loud enough, set the volumes just right, there's several different ways to dial in volume. So you can turn the engine volume down a little bit, but turn up like hydraulics and other sounds so you can actually hear the hydraulic hiss. And it's fairly accurate. I was actually surprised running the loader, lifting the boom, dropping the boom, hearing the shh, shh, which to me, that gives me an indication of what the machine is doing, even if I'm not watching what I'm doing. And that's how I actually operate my machines, is by listening to what the machine is telling me it's doing. By listening to the hydraulic fluid running through the hoses, I can actually tell how fast the bucket's going to move. Or like on a swing, the swing on an excavator can be very sensitive, depending on the setup of the hydraulics, whether they're electric over hydraulic or just hydraulic hoses connected to the valves, which is older style, but now everything is done through electric controls over hydraulic valve body. So you have an electric valve opening and closing at the valve body instead of having a actual hydraulic hose coming into the cab where you would actually actuate a valve in the valve body. So that removes a lot of feel from the controls on the new machines. So in a respect, this could simulate that on the new machines. Um, then there's just you just don't have the feel in your butt of what's going on. So there's a lot of things missing. It's just like sim racing or anything else you play on a computer. There's a lot of feeling and a lot of information that you're not receiving through sitting on the machine and actually doing the work. Now I know the way of the future through like Caterpillar has its cat command or command box now that they have where you can remotely run machines. This will simulate that pretty well. Um, get you used to looking at a screen and running the machine versus sitting in the machine and running it. So you won't have feel. Some of the new simulators, I do believe they have vibrations and things like that built into the console, especially like the cat control. So the machine will, the cab will, the seat and everything will vibrate as you move the machine, so that way you at least get some kind of feel in your butt of what the machine is doing in on the job site when you're not on the job site. And it's pretty impressive what they've done with the machines. Um, Once they get that figured out fairly well, and then they start throwing AI into it, there might be, especially in the quarry setting, you might find a lot of these quarry guys are out of work because AI can run the machines more accurately. Now, I don't know how AI is going to deal with slippery mud and stuff like that. I mean, shoot, most of the AI robots can't walk straight. I mean, you throw something on the ground. They're getting better, and in the next 10 to 20 years, we may be out of work. But for now, if you're new to construction or you want to get into construction, games like this, Out of Ore, is my recommendation of getting into the game or getting into construction. Because if you want to learn to run an excavator or a loader or even a uke, those three items are simulated very well in this game. When it comes to the dozer, don't bother. Don't waste your time using it as a learning tool. It is not accurate at all from my point of view. So some other people may see it differently, but just the way I see it, it's not that great of a tool to learn how to run a wheel loader, because it's not even close. The deformation of the ground is not there yet. The physics of the dirt moving, they don't have that pinned down for running a dozer. Now, again, I want to see what the blade does. I want to see how the dirt deformates below a blade and how that works if they actually have a different form of that with the blade. So I'm interested to see how that's going to work. If it's going to work similar to the roller, where it just kind of levels everything up as you drive over it. I don't know, but I'm going to find out, and I'll probably put out a video if I'm not working on Monday, which I don't know yet. I haven't gotten a call for work Monday, so I may or may not do that tomorrow. We'll do that live tomorrow during the day. So anyways, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna call it unless anybody's got some questions. Anybody got questions? The fact that in mining applications there are some dump trucks are built at autonomous dump truck, meaning they only run on AI. Yes. That is, I don't know if they are currently using automatic dump trucks or AI driven dump trucks at this point. They do, Cat has been doing it in a controlled environment. I've seen videos of that where they're doing it in controlled environments. but I don't know if they've applied any of that to real world applications because the mining operations around the world are not the same as America. America is not, we don't mine as much as you would think we do. We used to be a huge uh, industrial complex back in the early 1900s, where mining was part of our world. Mining has pretty much gotten really slow. I'll look up, I'll get some more information on it, but mining is not a huge thing in America anymore. Because we've only got what, two steel mills I think that create American steel anymore. So the mining operation, it's not necessary as we need. I know that a new lithium mine was being planned in Nevada, I believe, either Nevada or Arizona or somewhere in there along the mountains. They found a big deposit of lithium that we need for batteries and whatnot, and they were talking about it. I don't know if that actually took off or not, but it was supposed to be planned for this year. So, anyways, actually went quite a while. I actually made an hour today. So, anyways, thanks for hanging out. Smack the like button if you haven't already, which I know none of you have. But smack the like button, subscribe if you like these live shows. I'm probably going to edit this video down and put it on my full channel, the main channel, so I can make some money off of it. It won't make much, but anyways, it'll wind up being shorter than this live video. So, as always, thanks for hanging out. Keep your butt level and your ditch straight. Where did it? Oh, there.